Yeah, I just wanted to ask a bit of question. So I'm a light developer, and oftentimes I used to host my application locally and on the cloud. And the cloud that I mean here is I use normal hosting agents like GoDaddy, Maxfront. Just drop my application there, and I'm good to go. But I came in contact with AWS, and when I logged in on the portal, the whole thing was even to host a WordPress website is another. It's like a whole island on its own.
Yeah.
So I know that a lot of people are moving to AWS, Google Cloud, Oracle. They say you are able to scale well and manage your resources very well. But I need to know what's the major difference. People will tell you your application is not serious yet when it's not on those platforms. So I just understand what the major difference is. Why are people moving to that side other than, for me, GoDaddy is just simple. Pay them and they take care of all those resources for you.
Okay. Good question, but I am wondering if it's too early to answer that. But I'll still give an overview. So, GoDaddy, for example, as a service provider, is likely to have their own. This thing we're explaining about going into cloud and architecting an application. They are just. So in cloud, there are 3 levels of providers. So you can have your infrastructure, all right? So you can go to cloud to get your infrastructure, and then you know what operating system to put, what application to run, and so on and so forth. That is one level. Another level is that's called infrastructure as a service. Another level is platform as a service. I can go to cloud, take my infrastructure, put my platform, and then announce to the world. Now I have services that can do some service. I have a service that can do this and do that for you. I can even go further and go above platform as a service. I get my infrastructure, I put my platform, I run my application and put it, and now I'm selling to you. I have a service now that is selling to you directly what you need. So in that case, you don't need to go to cloud and first of all set up your infrastructure like you are learning to do as an engineer. Put the platform there, put the service there before you now tell your company, oh, we are ready to go. No. So a company like GoDaddy is doing service, software as a service. So they went into AWS, employed people like you to complete the infrastructure, and then you put your Linux operating system, you put all the services that you need from Linux operating system, your gist, your data, and then put the application for billing, for monitoring, before you now sell that service to the market. Before you now take that service to the market. So fundamentally, they are the same thing. It's just that one is working on bare server and preparing bare server to meet their specification. Another one at the infrastructure as a service layer. Another one is working at the platform. In other words, they are not at this level. You are not bothering about is there even a server behind? I didn't know about server because somebody else has taken care of that and completed that. Another one like GoDaddy is selling software as a service. So you are not even aware of all of these jargons that you are trying to come up with now. All you know is that you just give them your website and they deploy it and everything is. So they are different levels but the same cloud. So in one word, GoDaddy is not necessarily its own cloud provider. It's also a subscriber to AWS, going through the same preparation process that we are going to go through to create their own service before now making it available in the market. I don't know if that helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. So that can be likened to okay, I'm looking at the building in front of me. If I go to this building now and I say I need an apartment, give me like a 3-bedroom apartment. All right. When they provide that 3-bedroom apartment to me, they have given me platform as a service. But if that building was not there, I go to an empty land and I'm building my own 3-bedroom apartment from scratch. Then the land that was presented to me is infrastructure as a service. So I now build the apartment, the furnishing, and everything as I want. All right. So if I have the land, I build from scratch. That is one level. Another thing is I don't have the land. The house is already built. I just take one apartment from that house. That is another level at platform as a service. But there's a higher level, software as a service. And what is so that would be the land The building is already on the land, the apartment is already on the building, and the apartment is already furnished. Your refrigerator, your thing. In fact, nothing. Just bring your bag. In fact, even if you don't bring bag, your bag is already there. Just walk in like a hotel room and everything is there. That is software as a service. That is what GoDaddy is giving you. But if you look beyond that, you see that actually beyond that, they hired an apartment first before furnishing, and that apartment was from a building, and that building was built on ground, some earth. So those are the layers. Okay. Yeah, it's still okay. Even me, I mean, if I don't want to, how much am I making that I'll be competing with people that are making, because there is really money, really good money in IT. Those people are probably making $3 million, $4 million per, let's even be modest, per annum. So they can afford to hire a cloud solution architect or 2 or 3 that would man their engineering infrastructure. But for me as one man, I'm in charge of my marketing, I'm in charge of this, I'm in charge of that. So I'd rather go with GoDaddy and do software as service instead of trying to set up my own website, web server infrastructure from scratch. So, I mean, it just depends. If it's a big company that's able to set up that department, then they will do it from the infrastructure as a service point of view. If it's a small company that want to focus on marketing and its own major specialization and leave the rest to some contractor that'll be doing these other pieces, then they will just go for software as a service. All right. Hopefully, that's great. All right. Next question. So I saw. I really appreciate it. Oh, great. Thank you, Hassan. All right. Google Cloud, AWS Cloud. No, they are all just competitors. There's no difference. Of course, no difference in terms of what they provide. But of course, why are we choosing one over the other? Because we are training you to go into the market and grab some job. So we looked into the market and find out what are these employers using. And we found out that majority of them are using AWS. So we decided to go with AWS. And of course, AWS actually, any other thing will be marketing AWS. And they are not paying me to market for them. So in terms of the services that you have access to is fundamentally the same thing. So if the question now is, why do most employers most cloud users prefer AWS over the others today? That's a different question. And then of course, by the time you go into AWS and you begin to use AWS, you'll be in a better position to appreciate the answer to that question. Now you don't even know what AWS is. You have not even been to cloud. You don't even have an account. So, but for now, the real reason we are taking AWS is because it has the largest market share of the 3. In other words, what that means in simple terms is that every 10 employer out there, more than 5 of them, to be modest, will be using AWS.